Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
Before we get started, we're going to turn to the east and give our praise to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
We want to give double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, the men that taught us this truth, this 100% truth, the true way of worshiping the Heavenly Father and His Son. We want to say peace and salutation to the hopeful elect around the four corners of the earth. Shalom. It's a GMS Memphis camp out here on the highways and hedges once again and back at it again with another pre-camp lesson. And this pre-camp lesson is going to be about the coming day of our Lord. So we're going to start it off with Amos 5 and 18.
Come, this is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 18. It says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, Yahbashim Yahushai. To what end is it for you?"
It said, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord." To what end it is for you? Woe means destruction. You got these wacky tacky Christians out here, you know, they wish that the Lord come right now. But what the end game gonna be for you? Because you're not out here keeping the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. You're not coming in the Lord in a righteous way. You telling the people you can come as you are.
Yep.
And most of all, you don't even fear the Lord. So what good is the Lord coming on your time? What's gonna be the end game for you? Because He's not coming back with sunshines and rainbows. Let's see how He coming. Keep going.
Yep, and it says, finishing up in Amos 5 and verse 18, it says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light."
It said the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Go into that word darkness.
Come, this is the word darkness in a blue letter Bible, and it goes into Strong's H 2822. Chashad, and it says in the outline of biblical usage, darkness, obscurity. In the Strong's definition, it goes into destruction, death, misery.
So that darkness is coming, it's going to be death, destruction. It said obscurity. Go into that word obscurity.
Con, obscurity.
Obscurity.
Yeah, con. And it says the word obscurity goes into so like let me grab it. It says right here in the Oxford dictionary, the Oxford the Oxford Dictionary of English, it says a thing that is unclear or difficult to understand.
So this is going to be difficult for you to understand. Because the whole time your pastor told you that the Lord is coming back, with open arms.
Yep.
He coming back to save everyone. Well, here it is. The Lord said He's going to bring death and destruction to America.
Yeah.
So it's going to be difficult for you to understand these things is going to come to pass.
Yeah.
Now go back to Amos.
God, this is back in Amos chapter 5 verse 18. "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, Yahbashim Yahushai. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord, Yahbashim Yahushai, is darkness and not light." Verse 19. "As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and the serpent bit him."
So the Lord is comparing this like if you was to fled from a lion just to run into a bear. Read it again. Hold on. I got it right.
This is Amos 5 and verse 19. "As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him."
So it's just like if you fled from a lion and a bear met you. Then lean your hand on a wall and a serpent bit you. So you're going to flee from one chaotic event to another chaotic event. From one bad situation to another bad situation. So just because you escape from one event doesn't mean that, hey, you good. Yep. Give me that Jeremiah 15 and 2 in NLT.
God, this is Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 2 in the NLT. "And if they say to you, but where can we go? Tell them this is what the Lord Yahweh says. Those who are destined for death to death.
And that's the main point. Those who are destined from death. So you might escape the civil war. You might escape the famine. Doesn't mean that you're good, because the Lord might destiny your death to be those nuclear missiles that's going to destroy America. Keep going.
Yep, and it says those who are destined for death to death, those who are destined for war to war.
So it don't matter. At the end of the day, if the Lord got you destined for death, you're going to die in that day. If your name ain't written in the book of life, in these scriptures, hey, I said in these scriptures, and in the book of life, what the Lord has chosen, the men who the Lord has chosen to be saved in that day. If he didn't choose you to be saved, then you ain't going to be saved in that day. You just going to be eaten up by a lion or a bird, or maybe die of hunger, or maybe be destroyed by a nuclear missile. Go back to Amos. Go ahead.
You know, like on the on the point where it says and those who are destined for war to war, because you're gonna have the FEMA troops, you're gonna have martial law out here, you're gonna have a draft, so it's gonna be all types of wars, that the men are gonna get caught up into, man. Like it says in Second Ezra, what's that, 16th chapter, I think? Where pretty much there's gonna be a shortage of men.
Yeah, come.
Yeah. Okay. You said going back to Amos?
Yeah, go back to Amos.
Come on, this is back in Amos. Picking back up at verse 19. And it says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and laid his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him.
So it's not going to be no escape in that day. Ain't going to be no relief. One bad situation after another bad situation. Keep going.
Yep, and it said in verse 20, shall not the day of the Lord Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?
So this is a question being asked. Should not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no darkness in it? Because these Christians always like to think that the Lord's going to come back with sunshines and rainbows. It's not going to be no good day. It's not going to be no happy day for you. You don't even know how the Lord's coming. Let's get Zephaniah 1 and 14.
Come on. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 14. And it reads, it says, the great day of the Lord Yahweh is near. It is near and hasteneth greatly.
It said the great day of the Lord. It is near. The great day is a day of a judgment where everybody gonna have to answer to what they have done in their body, what is good or what is bad. And it's near. And it's coming quickly. Keep going.
Yep, and it says, even the voice of the day of the Lord Yahweh Shai, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
It said even a voice of the day, the mighty man is going to cry there bitterly. You got Esau Edom, his military, the men that join the army and the Marines, the Navy, they supposed to be the tough guys. They supposed to be the mighty men, the brave men. But even they going to be scared as shit in that day. Give me that in Isaiah 33 and 7.
Come.
Because they gonna be seeing things that they ain't never saw before. You ain't never seen a so-called black man coming through the cloud, man, bring out hell, destruction. They ain't never seen UFO, what they call UFOs, spaceship, for to come to destroy America. They ain't never seen nothing like that.
Hey, you know, if I make a quick point on, man, even the men of the Lord getting so-called superpowers, man. That's gonna scare the shit out of people. Man.
Yeah, grab this.
This is Isaiah 33 and verse 7. You mind if I hit the NLT too hard?
Yeah, I don't want you to get it in NLT.
Okay, come. This is Isaiah 33 and verse 7. It says, but now you brave warriors, weep in public. It says
your ambassador.
It says your ambassadors of peace cry in bitter disappointment.
So these brave men, these so-called brave men that's in the Marines and the Army, they're gonna be weeping and lamenting. They're gonna be scared as hell. That's why the scriptures speak about the men's gonna be like women in that day. You know, you're gonna see things that she had never seen before. It said men's heart failing them for fears. Niggas having mental breakdown. Niggas literally gonna have heart attack in those days for seeing a so-called black man. Damn, I thought he was white. I thought he looked like that Jesus Christ, what they had in the church. Now he gonna be a so-called black man, might going to work on y'all ass. Go back to Zephaniah.
This is back in Zephaniah. Back in Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble, and
it said a day of wrath. It's gonna be a day of the Lord's anger, Lord's fury. Here it is, man. We got a faggot ass month called Pride Month, June. Man, the Lord's eyes is up on this sinful kingdom, seeing all the wicked and abomination that goes on. Hey, give me that in Isaiah 42 and 14. Because here it is, the Lord, he holding his peace right now. You know how bad the Lord want to destroy this kingdom right now?
This is Isaiah 42 and 14. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself.
So the Lord been refraining himself for a long time. But on that day, he gonna release his wrath. He's gonna release his anger on these people, on these faggot ass niggas, these slutty ass whores, Esau, Edom, and all these other nations. All this do is thy will. You got free will. So the Lord gonna release his anger in that day. Go back to Zephaniah.
This is back in Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 15. And it reads, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress.
So it's gonna be a day of trouble and distress. Jacob's trouble, distress. Niggas gonna be going through all types of suffering and pain, anguish. The dollar collapsing. Ain't gonna be no hope. Niggas gonna be like, man, ain't no hope for us. Keep going.
And it says a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness.
It said, hey, the Lord gonna bring a darkness to America. It gonna be so dark, just like when he had sent Moses out to Egypt. He spread their darkness. Said the darkness was so thick that you can feel it. So the Lord gonna bring darkness to America. Keep going.
And it says in verse 16, a day of the trumpet and the alarm against defense cities and against the high towers.
Keep going.
Verse 17, and I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men.
He said he's gonna bring distress upon men, great sorrow and great misery, pain, suffering. And they're gonna be walking like blind men. They ain't gonna know where to go, where to turn to, what to do. Give me that Amos 8 and 12. Cause they're gonna be looking for answers and ain't gonna be able to find it. Not knowing it was in their face the whole time when you had grace period. When everything was, you know, kind of all good.
You want me to grab the letter?
But then hit 12.
Okay. This is Amos chapter 8 and verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and it says, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord.
Matter of fact, Salaki, they need to know what? They need to know what? Salaki, you had the right point. Yeah, 11.
This is Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Yeah.
So a famine is coming to America, a lack of bread, lack of food supply, but also a famine of hearing the word, the truth. You might have some stupid idiots out here trying to preach the word during the chaos. But when we don't know, but we know for sure that a famine is coming. So you're gonna be trying to seek for answers like what's going on, what to do. But you ain't gonna be able to find it. You ain't gonna be able to find the 100% truth. Because the Lord's gonna take his prophets off these streets. Because the Lord gave you a grace period to receive this message, to get your house in order. But it's gonna be too late. So you're gonna be confused and perplexed in that day.
Yep. And it says in verse 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east.
So you're gonna have people, hey, my them brother was downtown preaching the word, and it was about what's the street called?
Bill.
Bill. Yeah. Hey, maybe they on 3rd Street or something.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to try to find out where them men's at. This how people gonna be in that day.
Hey, if I may add,
go ahead.
You know, they even gonna try to go to the YouTube page and just keep pressing refresh, even knowing that it's not gonna pop up.
And then what they gonna see? They gonna see that little monkey with a wrench on there. Oops. Hey, you can't find them. You ain't gonna be able to find them.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, hey, it never existed. Keep going.
And it says in Amos chapter 8 and verse 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, and shall not find it.
So you're gonna be running to and fro trying to seek this word, trying to see what's going on in America. But you shall not find it.
Yep.
Go back to Zephaniah.
God, this is back in Zephaniah chapter 1. And I'm gonna pick back up in let's see, verse 16.
So they shall walk like blind men. What's on that part?
17. Zephaniah 1 and verse 17. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh Shai, and their blood shall be poured out as dust.
So since you sin against the Lord gonna bring all this hellish condition upon you. So it said your blood shall be poured out like dust. That's a lot of death that's going to happen in that day. A lot of murders. It's going to be anarchy out here. It's going to be a purge out here. A lawless society. A great dystopia. Full of suffering and misery. A third world country.
Yeah, and it says, finishing up in Zephaniah 1 and verse 17, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung.
So you're going to have dead bodies out here on the streets. And nobody ain't going to cater to them. Nobody ain't going to come to rescue them. Give me 2nd Ezra 16 to 23.
Come. Yep. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 23. And it says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down.
So it's not going to be no one to come to your rescue in that day.
Yep.
Hey, if a girl getting ravished that day, hey, by a group of men, hey, and she through.
Yeah.
No one. You just going to be seeing just dead bodies. It's going to be, hey, they're going to be normal.
Yeah. Because if I may add out,
keep going.
Because that's the results. That's the end results of a besiege. You know, whenever you get besieged, man, everybody that's within those borders of that besiege, your ass is through. You get ran through, man.
Yup. Go back to go to Joel 2 and 1.
Con, this is Joel chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
It said, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm. So we out here blowing that trumpet according to Isaiah 58 verse 1. We lifting our voice up like a trumpet, telling you evil is coming, and only evil is coming. And the day of the Lord is near. So you need to wake out of whatever dead sleep or dead mindset that you in and repent, because the kingdom in heaven is at hand. Keep going.
It says in Joel chapter 2 and verse 1, it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
So let everyone tremble. Not just the Lord's people, but everyone tremble. Because this message is to everyone. Everyone's supposed to fear what the prophets have to say. Keep going.
Yep. And it says, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
It is not at hand. It's near. We see the earthquakes going on in diverse places. We see the blood moons. These are signs. So you're supposed to be measuring the time diligently. Give me 2nd Ezra 9 and 1.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Now how do you measure the time diligently in itself? This doesn't mean that you go get a tape measure or a ruler and you measure the clock or your watch thinking you measuring the time.
Right.
No, you measure the time with these scriptures. You know, the prophecies, the visions that these prophets had in the past. So you link these prophecies, these visions with these current events that you see going on in your time. Give me Ecclesiasticus 39 and 1.
This is Ecclesiasticus, better known as the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies.
So a person that is woke is going to be occupied in prophecy. He's going to be paying attention to the events that's going on in America, around the world. So he gonna see the prophecy, the vision that John the Revelator had, or Jeremiah had, Habakkuk had. Oh man, we living in the times of Jeremiah 30 and 7, Jacob's trouble. This is what the Lord was revealing. These are the times that the Lord had spoke of to these prophets, that the Lord had revealed to these prophets, saying that this is going to come to pass. So when you see these events coming, hey, now you understand that you living in some terrible times. The Lord is near. Go back to 2nd Ezra 9 and 1.
This is back in 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. Verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So when you start to see these prophecies, these visions, jump off these pages, and you start to see it happen right in front of your face, now you should understand that you're living in some evil times. Now you should understand that, hey, the Lord is near. Any moment now, he can crack those clouds back and all hell can break loose. Keep going. Matter of fact, give me Romans. Give me that Romans. It's now time to wake up out of our sleep. I think.
Yeah, this is Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
So this is the time you need to wake out of that congregation of the dead. This is the time you need to be paying attention. You need to be circumspect. Looking around you, seeing what times you are living in. Because the scripture speak about it's a time and place for everything. And right now it ain't no time to be in no mirth spirit, to be partying, turning up, coming out, going down to Bill Street, trying to look for fun. Here it is, man, we got Jacob's trouble around the corner. Here it is, you got the MOTB, the RFID chip. They trying to chip you with a device, trying to make you into a robot, a human robot. So this ain't no time to be fucking around. This is the time you need to be waking up. Go back to second Ezra.
Second Ezra 9.
Yeah.
God, this is back in the book of Second Ezra chapter 9
Verse 3.
and verse 3. Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
These are signs. Earthquakes, uproars, what else?
Verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
So the Lord been spoke of these things. He been declared the end for the beginning.
Yep.
Give me Matthew 10 and 34.
God, this is Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34. And it reads, think not that I come to send peace on earth. And this is red letter, if I may.
Yeah,
You know, this is red letter. So this is Lord Yahushua. This is Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
So the Lord said, think not that I come to send peace. The Lord ain't bringing no peace to America. The Lord said he bringing a sword. Give me Luke 12 and 49.
God, this is Luke 12 and verse 49. And it reads, I come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled?
Man, read that again.
This is
Read it loud.
yeah, I'm gonna get it in the NLT too, huh?
All
This
right.
is Luke chapter 12 and 49. This is Luke 12 and 49. It says, I come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled?
The Lord said he come to send fire on earth.
Yeah.
And hey, it's gonna be already kindled. It's gonna be already started. It's already gonna be destruction, chaos going on here on earth.
Yeah.
And he come and add more fuel to the fire. We're like, man, hey, let me add some more fuel to the fire. Let me get this party even more turned up.
Yeah. And it's so beautiful, if I may add.
Yeah.
You know, because Esau always want to use the term order ab chaos or order out of chaos.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yahushua, he gonna start the chaos and he gonna come in and restore that order.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Luke 12 and verse 49 in the NLT. I have come to set the world on fire, and I wish it were already burning.
See, it's gonna be already turned up in that day. It's already gonna be destruction, chaos, everything going on. A great dystopia going on in America.
Yeah.
And the Lord gonna bring even more. Give me that Isaiah 66 and verse 15. Cause this how the Lord's gonna come. With that fire.
This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah 66 and verse 15. This is Isaiah 66 and verse 15. And it reads, for behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
It said the Lord would come with fire and with his chariots like the whirlwind. Now what is these chariots? Now these chariots is what the world call UFO. They want to call little green men driving spaceships. These are the chariots of the Lord. These are angels. People really think these are alien looking men driving these cars. Give me Psalms chapter 103. What is it, 104?
Yeah,
verse 3.
103.
Yeah.
Come on, this is Psalms 104 and verse 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot.
See, these chariots know how to blend in with the clouds.
Yep.
You may think you looking at a cloud right now. Whole time it could be a chariot, just blending in, moving with the cloud.
Yep.
Keep going.
Yep, and it says, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind.
Give me Psalm 68 verse 17.
Come.
Because when the Lord said he coming with fire in his chariots. He ain't coming with one chariot, he's coming with multiple chariots.
Psalm 68 and verse 17. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000. even thousands of angels, the Lord Yahbashim Yahushai is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place.
So these chariots are the host of the Lord. This is the Lord's army. And he coming with multiple of them. Matter of fact, he coming with Michael the archangel. That's one of the chief angels. Hey, and that's one of the angels you don't even want to see in that day, because he a angel of war. He love that. So he gonna be destroying you 2/3 niggas, and also Esau Edom with his army, and also these other nations. Go back to the matter of fact, give me Acts. Damn.
This is Acts chapter.
Nah, give me let me go get Revelations 1 and 7. Yeah.
This is Revelation 1 and verse 7. And it reads, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him."
So the Lord said, hey, he gonna come with clouds, and every eye shall see him. Even the ones that pierce him. Yep. So even them crackers that was the Romans, they gonna be back here in those days.
Yep.
They gonna be back here in the end time, because it's a such thing called reincarnation. You know, you don't just die and that's just be it. Your spirit comes back every 3 and 4th generation. So even the ones that pierce our Lord, they gonna be here in the day when the Lord returns. Hey, so the Lord gonna get everyone, even his people that gave him up to the Romans. Yep. Go back to Isaiah 66, verse 15.
Come on, this is back in Isaiah 66 and verse 15. And it says, "For behold, the Lord Yahbashim Yahushai will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire."
So what words could teach you in these times, in that day, the Lord, hey, those fire and those flames gonna teach your ass something. Because he gave you a grace period to get your act straight, to come back to the ways of him, to repent. But he see that words can't teach you hard-head, stiff niggas, nothing. So what words can't teach you, hey, that fire that gonna be on your ass in that day will. Keep going.
Yep. Verse 16, "For by fire and by his sword with the Lord Yahbashim Yahushai plead with all flesh."
So this is how he gonna plead with you, by zapping you. By having them angels zap you niggas and you sluts in them chariots.
Yep.
Man, they gonna have them folk gonna have a field day. They gonna be a buffet to the angels, just killing all you 2/3 niggas in these other nations, Esau Edom.
Yep.
Keep going.
And if I may add up,
go ahead.
you know, plead goes into judge.
Yep.
Yep. And it says in verse 16, for by fire and by his sword with the Lord Yahbashim Yahushai plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord Yahbashim Yahushai shall be many.
That's why I say gonna be many that perish in this day, because they despise the Lord's laws, statutes, commandments.
Yep.
So hey, you gonna be messed up in that day. We're gonna end it off in that 2 Peter 3 and 10.
Come. Come. This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, "But the day of the Lord Yahbashim Yahushai would come as a thief in the night."
So the Lord gonna come as a thief in the night. People ain't paying attention to what's going on in the world. So he gonna come as a thief. He gonna catch you off guard. He gonna come up on you suddenly, unawares, when you ain't paying attention. Keep going, man.
Yep. Yep. And it says, "In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up."
So what's gonna do all this? Those nuclear missiles.
Yep.
Because according to the scriptures, hey, America gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. Keep going. One more.
Yeah, and it says in verse 11, "Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?"
So seeing all these things shall come to pass, what manner you should be. Because you damn sure should not be like a Christian, thinking you can come as you are think you can do whatever you want to do. You're supposed to be repenting, keeping the law to the best of your ability, and fearing the Lord while you can. So you can be saved in that day and be counted worthy to escape those perilous times. So I hope this lesson was edifying to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.